here, try, catch, finally. This helps us catch places where we think we might get errors. So here we go. If response. So that means that there's something there. We're gonna try this. Let's try running this code. So what does try mean? Try means try doing this code. If it doesn't work, catch the error, and when you catch it, do this. Do these lines of code, and the finally, why is this deleting? Okay. Finally means once you tried it or you caught it, finally do this, even if it either worked or didn't work. So this runs afterwards. So this one's technically optional. You should try to catch something and do something with it, even if it's just console log. So here, I'll read it out. So we try to parse the JSON data, and then we're going to show the JSON data. Any errors here, we catch it, and we're going to display an error. We create an error message. Var error message equals E. E is the error, and what they call this is an exception. So exception.name plus a space and the exception message or the error message. And then we're going to get feed, which was document get element by ID feed. Its inner HTML will read, sorry, could not load deals. But we'll have the error in the console log. And finally, the var link equals document get create element A and link.html. Inner HTML will be linking back to this very old page with a button that says reload, add refresh link. And we're going to append that link, append the child link to the element ID feed. So if we look at that HTML for that, where is feed? Feed is a paragraph. Okay, let's take a look at that. Sorry, could not load deals. Reload, sorry, could not load deals. So let's go back to our JavaScript. So this was the one with errors. We're just going to comment that out, and now we're going to have the good one. And if I hit reload, it's going to grab it and load the deals. So in this case, we know there's places where it could error out. That's why we do use this try, catch, and finally. Another thing you could do is throw an error. And so what does that mean? Let's look at throw.js. So here we have our function calculate area, which is going to take two values, width and height. And here you see they declared var height with a string instead of a number. So we're going to try calculating the area. So var area equals width times height. If not is not a number area, return the area. What does this mean? So it's like double negative here. So is not a number means is this variable not a number? Then take the opposite of that, which means is a number. Basically, this double negative is saying, is area a number? Then return the area. Else, throw new error, and here's the error message we're going to send back. Calculate area received invalid number. We're going to catch an exception, and we're going to log it to the console, and return we were unable to calculate the area. And try to show data on the area page. So this is going to do a return. So that's going to be the answer back from this function. And so document get element by ID area, inner HTML equals calculate the area width times height, which should return back. We were unable to calculate the area. We were unable to calculate the area, and here is console log error calculate area received invalid number. Our thrown error. the major things from here. So now let's take a look at program flow. So I'm going to use I'm going to duplicate this line, comment this out, and create a new function. Function user greeting return hello there plus first name, which calls another function. Okay, function first name return. I think the book uses Molly. Okay, and so I'm going to do this in HTML equals user greeting. Okay, so program an order of execution. So we, in this last step, document get element ID in HTML equals user greeting. So the first thing that's going to happen, it's going to go to this function user greeting, and it's going to start to return hello there plus first name. So before it can return this value as the answer to user greeting, it has to call this function first name. You know what? Let me change this to full name. Full name. And I'm going to create two more functions. Function last name and return sing. And function full name for last first last equals last name first equals name. Okay, return first plus space plus last. Okay, so we're going to call user greeting, which is going to call one function, full name, down here. And what is this function going to do? This function is going to call two more functions. It's going to go call last name. It's going to call first name. And it's going to put them together first, the first name we got, plus a space, plus last name, and send it back as the answer a full name, which will come back to here. So the program is going to enter in here. It's going to call this one, but then this one is going to call this one first, then this one, then return a value, which will finally go back to here. So we're going to put breakpoints everywhere there is a return. We're even going to put breakpoints in the call and the return here for full name. So we can see the order of execution for this one. Let me close the debugger here. And I am in which one? I'm in throw.js. Okay. Throw HTML. Hello there, Molly thing. Oh, okay. I have to rerun it with this. Okay. Okay. NetBeans caught it. Okay, here we are. So we called user greeting. We are in return hello there, and we're looking for full name. So we continue. It should jump down to here. It jumps down to here. Last name equals this, the answer to this function. So now we're going to jump back up to last name. And there, it jumps into the last name function, return sing. Then what's going to happen? Is it going to jump to first name? It's actually going to jump back into full name. And we jump back inside full name function. So we have a value for last, which is sing. The value for first is still undefined. Now we're going to jump at this. Now it wants to assign the value to first. Now we're going to jump into first name. Now we're inside first name, which is going to return Molly. And then we're going to jump right back into full name. So now we're going to return first name with a space and last name. And user greeting has the answer, and we should now see hello there, Molly Singh. So that's flow of execution. Okay, now I'm going to show. So there's a website called JSLint. Okay, that loaded up. And I'm going to copy and paste. Let's see. Is this all plain JavaScript? Yeah. I'm going to copy and paste it here. And I'm going to press this. Let's see. Assume a browser. Okay, we're going to assume a browser as one of the options. And make it a little bit bigger. Okay. Tolerate for statement, multiple vars. This. I don't think we used it this, did we? Now I'm going to press this button, JSLint, and here we go. And here's warnings. Do we have warnings? We don't have any errors. Good. So as expected, use strict before try, which we did not do. Let's see, expected var at column 8. And this is like formatting these expected things at columns. Okay. So if I put a use strict as this top line, I should globally be use strict in statement position. Oh, because it's not inside another function, that's why. There's column 1. So these are warnings go away. Now let's make some errors in this code. Watch. So I have function calculate area. I'm going to change that to AR. And what else should I change? So e.name. I'm just get rid of the e there. I'm getting rid of e there. And let's see. Inner. I'm going to change this to HTMLs. So this is wrong here. And those things are wrong there. I should get some. Let's see, errors now. Where are the errors? Get rid of the semicolon. That should be an error. Is it mixing the errors and the... Yeah. I believe it's mixing the warnings and errors together. Expected semicolon instead saw var. Okay, so what I'm really trying to show here. In JSLint, it's going to examine your JavaScript code and make some suggestions. Some of them are, if you see column at 4 and not 12, that's just the way it thinks you should format the code. And things like this one, expected function at column 8, not column 0. Those are errors in the JavaScript. If I'm going to copy back my errors into our file, we should get some red lines here. Some warnings. And okay, and we're looking at another website, JSHint. Which hopefully loads up. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that, paste our code in here. And let me maximize this. And let's see. There we go. There are 5 functions in this file, 1 warning, 3 missing semicolon, oh, line 3 missing semicolon. Yep, we're missing the semicolon. 3 unused variables, width, height, and calculate R. That's right, we don't call it. Let's see what happens when we try to call it here. 1 unused variable, 1 undefined. Here, this is our error. So I changed this one to calculate R instead of calculate area, but I do try to call a calculate area down here. So I have a misspelling. And we get the warning. I guess it's giving it as a warning. 1 undefined variable, line 42. Calculate area. Which tells us to go look over here and fix that piece of code. And so it didn't catch these errors, which we would catch when we try to run it. So these are tools to help you examine your code. JSLint, JSHint,